Good morning. Next day, we got a beautiful property. Put in the stripes on the diagonals, and we didn't even go that way. We went this way today, but those ones are looking fresh from last week. Looking really good. Now you get them all going. That marks the fourth cut, so now we restart the rotation, and I think we go side to side for next time. I slimmed down the schedule for this week because we added a couple properties, so each day is a little bit shorter than usual. Hopefully only running like 10, 12-hour days instead of 14-hour days. Gives more time to, care for the properties and not kill me for the next day. As you guys know from previous weeks, we have a pretty wet property, but it's actually dry today. Like this one previously was soaked. You can see from the tire marks that it kind of sunk in a little bit in some spots, and over here was just a puddle. There's a pool right here. Luckily it's all dried out, hard ground and everything. That's what a couple days of sunlight does for us. That's given me hope for some other properties we have later today as well. That was a mud pit, so this week might be a little bit better until Thursday, which we're going to get more rain. So actually tomorrow. So hopefully it's not like going to stick on top too much. And then Thursday, Friday will not be too bad. But it's not supposed to be like a downpour. Sounds like it's supposed to be like a trickle of rain throughout the day. We'll get this one cut, and then taking this day kind of easy, but definitely need to speed it up. Well, we in fact found some water. Kind of only in the main valley areas though. And everything else seemed pretty dry and it wasn't too wet this time. Just those little pockets. Man, it's just been so wet. Right here is one of our tougher small properties. It's literally just a hill. I don't know if I've showed this in past videos or not. Basically, that's a steep bank that we mow every month, and then basically almost about the same pitch right over there. So luckily, I got myself an extra, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called actually. This grip, it's the Gorilla Grip, or Darwin's Grip, that's what's right. And then so I use that for most of my weed whacking now because my back was starting to kill me after all these lawns. So far, this is my first week trying it. So far, it's okay. It does cause an issue with holding it on the rack. It adds more weight to the trimmer, but in a lot of other areas, especially like flatter ground, it's pretty nice. Once it comes to the hills, you got to switch the grip anyways. But it's doing okay. We finally made it to the wet jungle. Last time we couldn't do this area. We're gonna see if we can do it today. It's still pretty, it's even longer and decently wet down here, so we'll see. Then we'll have to do the normal yard, which is all right, but this will be the fun part later. Got her out. Just put a couple of tugs. Luckily, we got this one pole right. We've had such a month. I don't know what's gonna happen to that. Definitely not gonna be dry at all this year, the way it looks. Looks like we got most of it done. A lot of it is wet straight through there, but I came down the hill so that way I could just pretty much slide right down and cut it all down. But we got also the front section right here, cut as much as I could with the mower. This one has been working hard today. I usually don't like to take it through this stuff, but I'm sure the blades are taking a beating. These are freshly sharpened. So, looks like we'll get a little bit more done. All that is wet there, so I can't do that. And then I got 4 more lawns to do today on my way home. And I think I'm gonna have to skip out on the back yard where it goes down the hill. And then I'll just do a little section up here up front. And then next week it should be fine to cut down the hill. And then try to get this on schedule, because we haven't been able to since it's been so wet and long. This one took forever. Took twice the amount of time it's supposed to. So as we get it on schedule and then we'll do it every other week, it shouldn't be too bad.